Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead. Well, today I'm making Italian sausage meatloaf. Enough for 4 meals. All right, our oven is to heat. Now, do you remember that sausage meat that I got at the grocery outlet? Here's my loaf pan. I'm going to make this fill this, okay? Which shouldn't be hard to do. So here we have a 2-pound package of sausage. Now the reason I'm starting off making a meatloaf with this is because I've never used this sausage before. I have no idea what it's going to taste like, so I'm going to make it work for a meatloaf. But I did this with ground beef and it was really good. We have 2 pounds of ground sausage meat. I have about 1.5 cups leftover spaghetti and meat sauce. I have 4 cups, 3.5 cups of breadcrumbs, 3/4 cup roughly of oatmeal. I have, what do I got here? Just under a cup of Parmesan cheese, 3 medium eggs or 2 large, some red pepper flakes, and some garlic. Let's get started. First things first, lock, and we're going to get this stirring. I suppose I could have done it in Sam, but we really don't need. Let's get those eggs in there. It does smell like sausage. Let's kind of get them whipping together. A little bit of red pepper flakes. I can't even see them, so yeah, there's a few in there. I probably put too much. You know what? Be careful. Yeah, I put a lot in there. A lot for us, anyway. Now we're going to start alternating our, get some garlic in there. You do you, boo. God help me. Yeah, I should get a spatula. Whoops. Here we go. Now that spaghetti was made with a can of sauce and a jar of my garden medley vegetables. All right, now, before we put the rest of the breadcrumbs in, let's get that Parmesan in there. And now the rest of the breadcrumbs. And we're just gonna let that stir. Scrape down the sides. We don't need any salt because it's sausage meat, right? Oh, but you know, we almost forgot. Almost out of my homemade Italian seasoning, so we're going to give a good teaspoon of that in there. Now remember, that large flake oatmeal is going to absorb a lot of moisture. I should have toasted my breadcrumbs, but they were fresh, so we'll see. And no, it's not brown because it's sausage meat. It's pork, it's not beef. But that sausage was only $4.99 because if you remember, not even $4.99, $3.99 because they were $7.99 for 2 of them. After all that, do you know what I forgot? Whoa! Let's get that all back in there. And I'm going to have to use my hands, but yes, I have washed them. I forgot the onions. I took the 1 bag of onions and I put it into tubs in the freezer so that I could just open it and use it as I needed it. Now, let's get those onions in there. Oh, crap. All right. Almost forgot the onions. Can't have that. Can't have meatloaf without onions in it. I know there was some in the spaghetti sauce, but I should have made sure they were better broken up. The more natural way, by hand. Now, if you only have 1 pound of sausage meat, you go ahead and make this in half. Cut this recipe in half. 350 degrees for an hour. Okay. I kind of overcooked it a little bit. I got editing, but here's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to tip it out. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I got to tell you, folks, this smells amazingly delicious. So now let that settle while I make up some mashed potatoes and some veg. All right, Howie's out in the garage. So first, now I gotta tell you folks, this sausage meat was a lot more fat than meat. It really was. I mean, I poured off like a half a cup of fat when I decanted this from the pan. So it's softer than I expected. Gracie booger. Top it. But let's give Father his meatloaf. Look at that. And here comes the man himself. A lot more fat in that sausage meat. I poured off like a half a cup. You ready to try your dinner?
Yeah, I can, I guess.
He's a little rough around the edges, folk.
Black eye.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
She beats me.
What? All right. This is Italian sausage meatloaf. Remember the Italian hamburger meatloaf I made? It's a little soft because it was a lot more fat than meat. Watch it, it's hot.
But it's damn fine tasty.
Thank you, darling. I'll meet you in front of the TV. You heard him. Damn fine tasty. I'll take it. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, there's 3 more meals. This is going to be my supper and Howie's lunch, and this is 2 more meals. And when that cools down and I freeze them, I will show you how I prepare them another day. Making it stretch. Wasn't that a song? Making it stretch. Hey, hey. No, that was another song. I was making it work. Making it work. That's what it was. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, making it stretch. Well, that's just what we're going to do, isn't it? Take care. God bless.